You know, this was me 5 years ago, and it's still me. As I confess, I'm a waistline watcher from way back. Well, that's enough for today. Now for a lively lift. Ice-cold Coca-Cola. There's no waistline worry with Coke, you know. Actually, this individual-sized bottle has no more calories than half a grapefruit.
Glad you can make it on such such short notice. We're gonna do just a little itty bitty Douchesode. Not that little itty bitty, but probably not smaller than the last one. I had grand intentions of participating in the band on a can, and then I forgot, so I'm just sitting here and I feel almost embarrassed to show this excellent San Diego beer from Ballast Point. Probably showed this before. Grapefruit Sculpin. It's a good one. You're welcome to participate if you'd like. I do have my my signature chestnuts roasting on an open fire just right outside on the patio there. So if you stick around till the end, we'll curl up on the couch and crack some chestnuts. So anyway, still mostly just kind of like going back, listening to albums released in 2022, and then some new ones as well. So kind of just a continuation of what the last two videos kind of were. I'm gonna start with one reissue of 90s material, and then some other stuff. Nobody really understands what I'm doing here. At least of all me. It's getting cold. It's getting cold here in the desert. This is a collection of material from a 1990s group called Impossible Tymes, Tymes. This collection is called Popadelic. This, I think, had previously been available digitally, this collection, but now is available for the first time on vinyl. This is like an early 90s indie pop group out of Greece. So they're Greek. It's kind of a side project of two Greek bands, Next Time Passion and One Night Susan. I think I might have that wrong. But this is a complete, so this, I guess, what is this? 12 tracks. This is basically their entire recorded output. They had a 7-inch that was on the Spanish label Elephant, Elefant. And then they appeared on a number of compilations, at least a handful in the 90s. And they had, I think, a couple cassette EPs that are not particularly easy to find. It has covers of Field Mice, Biff Bang Pow, and The Pretty Things. It's kind of a twee psychedelic, jangly indie pop thing. Some of it is pretty lo-fi, but there are some really good songs on here. This is an insert that comes with it. It has a lot of words. I can't do it. Too many words. And then some photos. I think there's not a lot of there's really not a lot of material, like as far as even photos and stuff. Anyway, if you like that kind of thing, like early Sarah Records stuff, the like C86 stuff, and you aren't familiar with this already, worth checking out. Impossible Times, Popadelic. I know you're curious that Impossible Times, that came on delicious, like very delicious black vinyl. This is something that's a trio out of Vermont, debut LP. They call themselves Thus Love, and the album is called Memorial. It's on Captured Tracks. Kind of a post-punk new wave, glammy, almost gothy thing. A lot of 80s vibes. You hear things like the Smiths, David Bowie, or even like Psychedelic Furs. Kind of reminds me of the current Australian band RBG a little bit, in some ways, in certain ways. Here's the insert photo and some words on there. Yeah, this if you can deal with or if you're down with the 80s, like this kind of stuff, this is it's really solid for a debut band out of Vermont, trio out of Vermont. This one's also just on some delicious black vinyl.
It's gonna get fast. Just keep a level head in mind. Ain't a change past. If the transitory waste of your time. So when you feel down, don't let up on your love you can try. When all it breaks down, I'm memorizing.
Next up, this is the 14th LP for this group out of the Athens, Georgia area. Been around for pushing 30 years now. This is Elf Power, Artificial Countrysides, fuzzy psychedelic guitar pop, kind of off-kilter, dark lyrics on this one. Moody, a little bit of twang in places. Yeah, so I believe Elephant Six, one of the early Elephant Six bands, and one of the few that I believe continuously running, more or less. Yeah, I believe they also live on a commune, or I guess if you want to call it a commune outside of Athens, like an artist community where they are like self-sufficient, kind of hippie-ish, I guess. I think this one rates pretty highly in their later catalog. I think this is a really strong record for them. It's this like tissue paper insert that has the has all the words that you want to read on there. I think this one's on, I'll show you this one, I guess. I don't know why. This one's on like purple, kind of, if you're gonna see purple. Next one is the fourth LP, group out of Norway, or based in Norway anyway, called The High Watermarks. Album is called Proclaimer of Things. This features Hilary Sidney from the Apples in Stereo. She was in Secret Square, Von Hemling. This is fuzzy power pop, garage pop, yet another Elephant 6 related release from this year. Here's the insert. You do hear a lot of influences that are similar to other Elephant 6 groups, which makes like even some songs that sound like a little bit like Elf Power. Which makes sense. Hilary Sidney is like a founding member, or she founded Elephant 6 basically, or co-founder. Like this a lot. I don't know that I like it as much as the one we showed a couple years back now, the third LP, Ecstasy and Rhymes. I feel like that one's maybe a little more immediate. Like it just hooked me a little bit quicker, maybe. But I still like this one a lot. This is on the great Minty Fresh Records, Chicago. I don't know if they're still owned by the same. They've been, since the '90s. Minty Fresh. I don't know if they're still the same Minty Fresh, but nonetheless.
Oh yeah. What we need to make this move just a little bit of the things that make you say.
This is a sophomore release from the Brooklyn duo called Jeanines. Don't Wait for a Sign. On Slumberland. I think this came out earlier this year. I'm seeing that it says 2021 on the back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm dead wrong. Yeah, so kind of again, we talked about the debut release. I think that was a couple years ago. Remember we sat here, we talked. We're like talking about the Jeanines debut record. Anyway, I think this one's a little stronger, like maybe just a step up from the debut. Twee, jangly C86, like kind of like jangly folk rock almost. Songs are very short. There's 13 songs on here that total 20 minutes. So it's kind of a, you know, a breezy, jangly 20 minutes. Yeah. Jeanines, don't wait for a sign. This was on kind of blue, kind of a blue thing.
Girl, wait for it, gotta run toward it. Oh, any day, but you're finding only shadows in the way. Though you swear that there is nothing left to say. There are words you say in the night with their covers up too tight. There are words you say in the night. La 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 la. In time it'll be fine. Oh, any day now.
Anyway, so just a quick, I probably could do a better job of dispersing what I'm doing here. I could have made this one, could have tacked on a couple here to make this a little more, you know, a little more something. But you know, we do have chestnuts roasting outside. When they're done, we're gonna, you know, curl up and get into those. Yeah. Take care. Cheers.
Another thing, the cold, crisp taste of Coke is so satisfying, it keeps me from eating something else that might really add those pounds. Coke's a natural, wholesome blending of pure food flavors. I guess that's why everyone likes the refreshing new feeling you get, only from not-too-sweet Coca-Cola. And no wonder. Lively, lifty Coca-Cola provides a welcome bit of quick energy between meals. Makes for a pleasant pause in a busy day. Oh, and remember, Coke is low in calories, too. Say, now, don't you get any thinner.